Is J. Cole the GOAT just from features? Yeah, we gotta get into this. So, this is just a quick reaction video. J. Cole has everyone talking because he's been doing some GOAT talk on this new Tee Grizzley record. J. Cole jumps on Tee Grizzley's Blow for Blow, and we gotta dissect this verse because Cole is saying a lot of things that unfortunately I just don't think are true. So, check out this verse. He says, blow for blow, Cole flow just prestigious, sweats and tees, no unnecessary accessories, the GOAT just from features. Proceed with throat cut procedures. All right, so let's get to the positives. I do like some of the rhyme scheme on this. I think that he rides the beat actually really well on this record. But no, like, there's no way that you can be a GOAT when you bow down from the biggest rap battle of your era, J. Cole. I know there's been a lot of jokes about, well, Kendrick and Drake were going back and forth. J. Cole was somewhere just happy, running through a field of daisies in North Carolina, riding his bike, not having a care in the world. Once Cole stepped away from the battle, it became very personal. Pretty much like ether level personal between Drake and Kendrick Lamar. So I get it. Cole didn't want any of that smoke, so he said, this one, I'm going to tap out. It's between you guys. And we got the battle that we got. Cool. However, if you're going to call yourself a GOAT, which is the greatest of all time, shout outs to LL Cool J for that acronym, but if you're going to call yourself the GOAT, you can't tap out. You want to be in the ring. You need to be an actual battle contender. And from what we've seen, Cole wasn't battle tested this round. He felt in his soul. He said just from a personal perspective, he didn't want to be in this battle between Drake and Kendrick. But if you're going to do that, then I think it's almost like by default, you can't be a GOAT anymore. That top three conversation, if anything, the highest that Cole can get to is the third spot. On top of that, you can't become a GOAT just off features. Now, there's one exception, which I'm going to get to, a very notable exception. But anyone who's been seen as a GOAT when it comes to features, Jay-Z, Biggie, Nicki Minaj, Drake, I mean, that Drake feature run is insane. If we're going back, a couple of years, all of them still had solo records that they could stand on. If you're only going to come in on the guest verse, I think that disqualifies you from being seen as a true GOAT. Even if we go back a generation or two, I'm thinking of someone like a Scarface. Like, to me, anytime I would hear Face on a record, it would be incredible. But he also has enough solo records. He's got stuff with the Ghetto Boys that puts him in a potential GOAT conversation. If there's going to be one artist, like if we're going to make a little bit of a concession here that, okay, guest features can't enable you to be a GOAT, there's only one person, and that person is Nate Dogg. RIP to the legend, but Nate Dogg, when he would come on a record, he would change it for the better. You knew his voice. It was so rich and so distinct. So to me, he would be GOATed as a guest feature, but that's really the only person I can think of. Let me know in the comments, is there some other artist that you think is GOATed just by their guest features? Do you even think you can be a GOAT? I mean, personally, again, I'm making that one exception for Nate Dogg, but I think just by definition of a greatest of all time, you have to be a solo artist first GOATed, and then we look at your guest features. The other part about this verse, it's not that great. And I know a lot of the Cole heads are going to be in my comments calling me a hater, telling me that I don't know what I'm talking about. But let's just take a step back. We're not talking about Cole as an overall artist. I mean, I've been following Cole since it was like mixtape Cole when he was doing his first show at SOB. So like, spare me the whole you educating me about J. Cole. Let's just look at this verse. So here he's talking about BTS and that he's doing bigger numbers than K-pop. He talks about Deutsche Bank and then saying something about Bruce Jenner, who's now known as Caitlyn Jenner. Yeah, I don't know. To me, this isn't a great verse. It's not that interesting, and it's not as creative as I think fans would like you to think that it is. Overall, if I'm going to be honest, I think Cole is an incredible artist. I really think that his rapping ability has sharpened over the years. Like when you hear his early mixtapes to where he is now, he has truly matured as an artist. And when I see a Cole verse, I do get excited. I want to listen to it. But in my mind, when I'm thinking even GOAT guest verses, I don't think about J. Cole. But I would love to know what you think. What do you think about Cole's assertion that he is the GOAT based just upon guest verses? Do you even like this song? Like, do you think this is a record that you're going to come back to, that you want to play more than once? And the biggest question, do you think an artist can be a GOAT? Again, greatest of all time based only on features? Or do we got to look at them as a solo artist first and then the features come second? I would love to know your thoughts in the comments.